All right, so thank you for your time.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much. So may I have your name, your age, and your country?
Okay. Jessica, 33, corporate recruiter,
Okay, and country?
USA.
USA.
I'm John, 34, for the U.S., occupation software development.
Software development. You guys are very intelligent people, I imagine. Have you been enjoying sightseeing?
Absolutely.
Yes?
Yeah, it's been great.
It's been great?
I've just been here, not even 24 hours, and it's just been amazing.
Oh, so you just arrived?
Just
Yes.
arrived.
Both
yes.
of you?
Both of us, yes.
Welcome.
Yeah.
you.
So feeling a little jet lag, but other than that,
Yeah.
it's been
Yeah.
just wonderful. We're staying in Shibuya, so just getting to see the big crowds, and then the peaceful side here.
What state are you from in the U.S.?
Tennessee.
How long are you staying in Japan?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. 2 weeks trip. It's pretty long.
It is long.
Yeah.
Feels like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if it was going to be long enough or not enough, but it seems like that's, I don't know. Felt like the right amount of time.
It's a good amount. Is it your first time here?
Yes.
First time
If
visiting.
you came like in a week or something,
It
you'd be
seems like
rushing.
you'd be
You'd be rushed,
rushing.
and you
Right.
don't remember anything.
Right.
Yeah.
So 2 weeks is
Yeah,
enough
I've
to
had
like.
friends who come over here, and I just wanted to kind of just be able to kick back and enjoy just
Right.
a little bit more.
Right. I think you made a good choice. Why did you
Right.
decide to come to Japan?
Really, it's just been a bucket list item for me. I grew up really just on a lot of things that have come from Japan, video games, anime too. So I've just always been fascinated with the culture and the just, I just had to come at least once whenever I could, save up and
Right.
and get over here. So.
Like what video games?
Well, I've been big, obviously Nintendo stuff, Mario, Pokemon, or my childhood. And then even as recently, I'm still buying Nintendo games,
Okay.
so.
You have a Switch?
It's got the Switch, got the Zeldas, So it's just been a lifelong fan.
Yeah, Tokyo's been, you see Tokyo on IG,
Yeah.
all the time.
Right.
You see the Shibuya crossing
Yeah.
all the time. And to be there was crazy. It was nuts, just Japan in general has such an allure.
So that's the perfect place.
Is it?
Shibuya offers everything.
Okay.
So if you have the energy to be
Yeah.
24 hours and enjoy
Yeah.
day life, nightlife,
Right.
everything, you can.
Yeah.
You can. Yeah. So what's your first impression?
Honestly, the level of service, just getting to and from the airport and then checking into our hotel, it's just been amazing. And every worker's been polite, from the taxi driver to the people at the hotel, spectacular.
What's an example? What?
Checking in, carrying your luggage. We didn't have to take our luggage out of the taxi cab.
Right.
And maybe this is, but it just seems like everyone's so polite too. So even the politeness of the workers were just, it just blew me away. So
The same.
Where we were, we went to 7-Eleven last night, and we had a bunch of stuff in our arms.
Yeah.
And the worker, she was so polite. She actually brought us baskets.
we're here being a newbie, just carrying everything,
Right.
kind of I'm used to, because I wasn't sure what to get. And I'm buying too much stuff the first time.
Already, right?
Yeah, and they just brought us baskets.
Yeah, just
It's
tiny things
Very
that you
small.
don't find in the U.S. I feel like the level of service, everybody's super polite. Everybody's been very friendly, very helpful. Everybody's seems very happy. To help at least.
When you're in the U.S., what's it like in the convenience store?
Seems like, I guess it depends on the location too, stores on the strip and whatnot, but it's just very hectic and busy, and there's really not many places that will offer just the level of service it's usually next, come on,
Okay.
let's get
Yeah.
going.
Right, it's real fast.
It's real
Yeah.
fast paced.
There's a difference there.
Yeah.
Right? The vibe is different.
Yeah.
I feel like people in the U.S. are not as attentive to manners. They love being polite, being just helpful, or it's just not that way. Already I'm it's just different.
That's
Wish
amazing.
we
Yeah.
could stay longer.
So what's your travel budget like?
So, I honestly didn't really have a set budget. I was just gonna be willing to pay whatever.
Yeah.
I know this is kind of a busier time of the year for security season, so maybe it's a little bit more on the expensive side, but I still plan for, I guess, then obviously having a budget here, I don't really have one. I'm just
Okay.
willing to kind of spend whatever I find. I'm willing to buy if it's something I'm
Right.
Yeah.
into.
Right.
Yeah. And we
Yeah.
both brought an extra suitcase for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So
we'll be willing to.
where do you think you're going to spend the most of your time and money?
Borderless, obviously the Shibuya Sky, and then there's some different things like the Pokemon Cafe. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna go check it out.
Right.
Maybe not too much, too expensive, but just still things to do around here. And I think at one point we were talking about going to Osaka. I don't know if we will pull the trigger on that. But it would be nice to go out and see
Right.
Another city.
a city.
Yeah.
Did you go into the shrine already?
Yes.
We did.
Did you enjoy that?
Very much so. Yes.
If
Very.
you don't go all the way to Kyoto,
Okay.
I recommend you go to Kamakura. An hour from here on the train.
Okay.
It's like a mini Kyoto.
Really?
Okay. Really?
Yes, Kamakura.
Okay.
Kamakuta.
And you can enjoy more historical atmospheres.
Yeah.
And then come back,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's the thing
nice.
too, is like getting to see that ancient side of the
Right.
historical side of these cities is really neat.
Right.
That older, rich culture, history is super interesting.
It's
to me.
different.
Yeah, the architecture, I love it.
So-
Pockets,
Yeah.
of like old, and then you see out here, and it's like super modern.
Right.
So
Right.
it's like such
Right.
an interesting clash. I
Right.
think.
Interesting
right?
clash and just a nice balance of both,
Yeah.
all compact into this one ginormous city. So.
Right. It's pretty amazing.
It is
It is.
amazing.
This
It
this
is.
combination.
Yeah, for
Like
sure.
that whole dynamic, I think, is so interesting.
Is there any other part of Japanese culture that you admired?
I hate to say it, but I'm like a big wrestling fan too, and I heard that's big over
Wrestling?
here. Yeah, like
Okay,
pro wrestling.
okay.
But the sumo wrestlers too. The food culture too.
Have you eaten a lot of Japanese food before?
Yes.
What
yes.
Japanese food do you like?
I really like, so particular about takoyaki.
Takoyaki.
Yes,
Okay.
I love it.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
I do like, ramen. So yeah, sushi.
Sushi too.
Yeah.
Are you okay with
Sashimi.
the sashimi? It's
yes,
okay?
Yes, absolutely. And I'm more open, I think, to trying. Obviously, I love ethnic food. My family's from India, so
Okay.
I think I lean more towards Asian foods anyway, because and then the shopping.
The shopping.
Really shopping here is like, I'm a
Of
girl,
course.
obviously, and I love to shop.
Like
so-
when you say shopping,
I mean, from what I've seen just in the little time I've been here, to be a city as big as this is completely different from New York. I was in New York,
Right.
complete opposite. Like, I didn't even get on the subway in New York this time. I refused
you
to
couldn't.
do it. No.
You couldn't.
No.
Too dirty or what? What was the reason?
Dirty, smelly, dangerous.
Uh-huh.
I was like, I'm not doing it. So I just either walked or Ubered.
Okay.
So I'd refuse to do it.
But here in Japan, you're like, oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. And I feel like, and I don't know, I feel like it's safer here.
Okay.
I would never walk around in New York like 2 o'clock in the morning by myself. I just wouldn't do it. I don't feel comfortable.
Right.
But here I don't feel like it would be an issue.
It's not an issue.
Okay.
It's not.
Right.
You can find women wearing mini skirts and walking in the park
Wow.
at midnight.
Wow.
And
Everyone feels that.
nobody really.
Right.
Yeah.
And I-
Yeah.
It's in general, Japan is really, really safe on that side.
Right. To explore because you're not afraid of getting something bad happening.
Tell me, do you know any Japanese?
So I definitely just know a basic few words, but nothing like, I'm not fluent. I've studied the hiragana, katakana, and
Yeah.
the kanji stuff. I mean, that's overwhelming, but
Yeah.
I'm trying to get into it more and more.
Yes.
But I can read things. It takes me even a second because it has been overwhelming just
Yes.
seeing the different language and trying to read it on the fly. It is even a struggle for me right now at this point, but I'm definitely actively doing it. I'm going to continue doing it after
Okay.
this trip. So
Nice.
yeah.
Can you say something in Japanese?
Well, arigato gozaimasu is the most popular, but I'm definitely just basic phrases, and I can't really even say a full sentence. So I've only been doing it less than a few, like maybe 6 months.
Yeah.
So it's nothing fluent, like I said, but definitely going to be continuing to do it
Okay.
after this.
Keep it up.
Yeah,
How
I'll try.
about you? You have any words in your?
I do not know
Nothing?
any Japanese. I've actually been studying Korean for 2 years,
Okay.
though, so I'm trying to get fluent in Korean.
There's a few that you know that you don't know.
Okay.
Like the word sayonara.
Yes.
That's Japanese.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
That's
right,
the-
right.
So,
right.
like I didn't know. Obviously, I was
Yeah,
like sayonara.
right.
Yeah, that's a Japanese word.
You
No,
know
right.
they're
Right.
Japanese.
Right.
Yeah, the
Okay.
sayonara one, like really, I think I told you before. I was like, oh yeah, that's a Japanese word. How did I not know?
Right.
Most people don't realize it,
I know.
right?
It's crazy.
Interesting.
I know you just arrived right now. Is there anything that has kind of caught you off guard or surprised you so far? Anything that culture shocked you besides the customer service and stuff like that? Is there anything so far or not yet?
Maybe just even just simple things like walking on the left side, right side. Like people, I guess, here drive on the left side. That threw me off for a bit.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, that's silly to kind of say that. I'm more used to doing things like walking on the right side, for
Okay.
instance. But yeah, I would say
That's it.
that's kind of took me by surprise. But I mean, just the level of again, just kind of like how big the city is. I didn't realize, I knew like some of the districts, but just exploring just like how big they are and how much of a maze they are. Just kind of walk around. It just seems like you could get lost in just one of these districts.
Right, you can.
Yeah,
it's dense.
Yeah, very dense.
It's a lot. So enjoy.
Definitely will.
I recommend if you have a chance. I know you're using the train and the taxis probably. Try the rental bike if you have a chance.
Okay.
Or just walk around. Either one. Because you can see like the nooks and crannies.
Right. Okay.
If you have time.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
If you have time.
For sure. I saw the go-karts too. That was like, I wish I could do that, but you have to have probably the special license to do it. But it just seemed like that would be so much fun.
I think you need the international license. Do you have one?
No. But it looked fun. I saw them. I was like, oh man, I want to do that.
Next time.
Next time.
Next time.
Always work for it next time.
So I know you just arrived. In your initial feeling, you think you're going to come back again?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like there's
100.
Yeah. Already.
For sure.
Okay.
100.
For sure. Yeah. I don't think this is a once in a lifetime trip. I think this is definitely the start of like hopefully coming back more and more, and like maybe experiencing this other side of the world too. And, But yeah, definitely will come back to Tokyo.
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. And last question. I know you just arrived, but do you have any advice for other travelers who are planning to come to Japan in the future? I know you prepared for this trip.
I would say that, just kind of do your preparation, do some initial research of the different places to stay or visit, like you said, and the duration too. So if you're wanting to do it in a week, you probably need to have your schedule planned out.
Yeah.
And it's easy to rush through it that way, I guess, set to the schedule. And yeah, but just
and be open to getting lost sometimes.
Yeah.
Because I think sometimes that's when you discover like some cool, fun things. Like in Seoul, I got lost a number of times, but in getting lost, I discovered like just interesting, like cool little shops, like off the beaten path kind of thing. And don't freak out because I think I think things aren't always going to go to plan, but sometimes that's the beauty of it, right?
Right.
So yeah.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much for your time.
No problem.
Thank you.
Thank you. Pleasure to meet you.